Okay, this is a very quick, meant to be a 5 minute, the fastest way to get into BEOpt. It is not everything you need to know. You should take a tutorial, etc. So I've just loaded BEOpt. You can download this for free from NRL. It is based on an Energy Plus engine. If that doesn't mean anything, just know gold standard, best in breed energy modeling software. So when you start it, you'll ask these things. Just pick standard, new construction, single family detached. You'll go to this screen. So what I will do is map out what it looks like my house is. My house has a lot of square footage here, maybe about like that. So 20 by 40. I think that's about right. And then I have an addition to the right here. It shows what it looks like. It's really nifty. It's fun to do demos with it. And then I have another section of my house that looks like that, and that is actually what my house looks like. It's south-facing, orientation matters. This is the first floor. I go to the second floor, and if I want, I can say I need to erase on the second floor. I don't have as much space up here. In fact, I think it's just like this. It's more just a flat region, and I messed up there, so let me hit escape. Blah, blah, blah. Oops, that's the second floor. Let's see what happens in the fourth floor. So it didn't do it, so let's see. I just tried my best to figure out what's going on. So it's doing that, and the second floor, it's doing that. There's something one can do to get the first and second floors to be different in its footprint, but I'm not figuring out. So I'm just not going to worry about it. Oh, actually, no, flat roof deck. I think that's what we want. Yeah. Ah, yes, perfect. That's what I want, and that's exactly kind of what I have: a flat roof deck, and then a situation, and that's the rendering it. Okay, so once I get it, I want to check the square footage. The second floor has 1,000 square feet. The first floor has something like 1,000. Oh, actually, I know. I didn't actually put the living space. So I have to draw living space up here for the second floor. That's what I messed up on. Okay, so there we have it. We have the first floor, the second floor, and then that's what it looks like, the two floors on the right side. Okay, so once I have that, if I want to, I just go straight to run, but I want to set the important thing is I want to set some of the design parameters correctly. So I have to go to the input, this one, and then this one. So this one is the options for the walls, and this one is the options for the building. So the most important thing is I'm going to pick a location that is close to my house. So you can, let's see, do that. Nope, that's not what I want. You can hit that, and then you can pick a location. So we can pick New York, and I'm actually New York near Ithaca, Cornell. Go big red, but why don't I pretend I'm in Rochester? Hit download. It's saying I can't find the server, so I don't know exactly what. So to skip that, I'm going to just use, I already downloaded one of the Elmira ones, and that's the weather file for it. Terrain, suburban, whatever, don't really care. Don't really care about this, don't really care about this. Don't really care. A lot of this is like money stuff, not what I'm interested in. If I'm just interested in how much energy, I don't need to worry about this kind of stuff. Okay, what I do have to worry about is some key elements of my system. So Energy Plus is all of these different parameters. These are a lot of parameters, maybe 40 or so different rows, and then in each row, lots of different options. So I'm just going to highlight a few of the key ones. So the walls, we want to specify how much insulation is in the walls, and my insulation is not exactly this. It is cellulose blown in, or something like cellulose, and we can do whether it's well installed would be R11, poorly installed would be R10.3, and I'll just pick this. So I have 4-inch studs, and that's how much the cavity depth is, etc. That's roughly right. I'm not a double stud wall. I don't have any of that, so I'm going to mostly skip that. My ceiling now, I want to see what is in my ceiling. So in my roof, I actually have a mixture of two things. I have under the roof deck spray foam, and I have above the ceiling of the second floor not fiber, a mix of fiberglass and cellulose. So my guess there is that it's something around R30, let's say. And let's call it unvented. So I'm going to just try to find something that's R30 unvented, and that's what I'm going to use. It's not going to be exactly right, but your first shot is just, I want you to try something. So do that, and then skip to the next one. What is my foundation like? So do I have a slab? Do I have a baseline, etc.? And things like that. So this is perimeter, and I do have insulation. It's not XPS, it's spray foam, but I'm going to guess it's about R5. I probably have 2 inches, maybe R10. So a 2-foot R10 perimeter most well matches what's happening with my floor. Now, there's probably something about a basement, but I don't have it set up here, so I'm not going to worry about that right now because I just want to get a sense. Okay, thermal mass you can look into, stone versus wood is the main one. Windows and doors you can look into, but it's mainly, do you have a lot of windows or not so much windows? In general, this is the what percent glazing you have. So what percent of a wall, I'm just going to leave as default. What kind of windows do you have? I'll just leave as the default double pane because I have relatively low windows. Next very important thing is air leakage. And for air leakage, so we're almost there. We don't want to do all of these because it's a crazy mess. We're going to do air leakage, we're going to do our heating system, and we're going to do the set points. So we have air leakage. My house is pretty tight now, so it's not, it used to be more like 10 or 15 ACH 50, but now it's more like 6 or maybe 5, somewhere in that range. So I'm going to set it at 6. I don't really have mechanical ventilation. I have some exhaust. We'll just leave it as the natural setting, and we can explore that. I don't have air conditioning, so I'm going to change that to none. So I could use this one rather than there. Room air conditioner, I don't have it, but I do have a furnace. I have a propane, like 90, it's in the 90s, so I'm going to just pick 94. I just got it from a great company called Halco in the area, so shout outs to Halco. So I have that furnace, and that's what it is. This is important because if you have a very old furnace, a 78% versus 94% means I'm going to use about 20% more fuel if I have the bad low efficiency. If I have the high efficiency, I do it. So furnace upgrade is one of the easiest things because you're figuring out how much heat actually gets into the house relative to get sent outside. And that's an invisible thing that a lot of people forget. And then finally, for cooling set point, we'll turn it off. Oops, none, because I don't have any cooling. But for heating, I'm going to say, what if I have 71 with 65 set point, and then I'm going to also pick options manager, and I will do, how do I do this? I think control, no. How do I set to? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick 2 different ones. I'll set that one. Oh, I think I have to save this as my main design. File, save project. I'll save this as YouTube 1. Okay, great. And then I think there's a case. Oh, parametric mode is what I want to do. You don't have to run parametric mode, but I think what parametric mode allows me to do is pick 2 of these. Okay, which is going to be good. So I'm going to see one with setbacks every day and one with no setbacks. And now I've got roughly all the important things for my house set up. I have the weather set up correctly, and I can just hit run. You leave this. I like the D view. D view just shows me a daily view of the things. Let's go ahead and overwrite. Yeah, overwrite. Okay, and then computer goes chug 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 chug. It's running down here, energy plus simulation, and then we get a bunch of information out. about 1 minute. I'm running a, I think i7 2015, actually no, 2012 top of the line computer, so mid-range for 2015 computer. So it's running. So again, to remind you, draw the geometry, set some of the big important things. If you don't know what the big important things, it's attic, walls, basement, air leakage in the house, and then your heating system and where you set your heater. Those what I would say are the big things. And then you run this. In parameterization mode, you can check like what's the difference. If I in this case we just had different set points, so we're saying, oh, I have a reference which is 71 degrees the whole day, and then I have a second one which is 71 set back to 65. I want to see how big of a difference it makes. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so this is dview. Dview stands for data viewer. So you can look on an hourly or daily basis. You can look at how much energy is used. You can look at what the temperatures are going to be. So on this axis, on cold days, the heater is going to go to 71 most of those days. If I go hourly, you can see it's up and down. Actually, let's go daily. Oh no, hourly I think is better. And so if I zoom in, we'll see, oh, it's going to be 65. Let's see. Oh, I don't have the temperature on here. So the temperature is going to be 71. Oh, this is the reference case, so it's always 71. It's just going to always be 71 unless it's warmer outside, and then it's just going to say, oh, whatever. We're not going to worry about that. I think the second one might be, nope, that just says put it in a different graph so you can see it. Okay, and this shows the heating set point, just 71 the whole time, etc. This shows me how much energy. This shows me by day, by month. I don't know what heat map. Let's not worry about that. And then there's just interesting things. But the month one, this is good because it maps to what do you think your monthly bill is going to look like. So that's what the total energy is, and I think there's a thing in here for total expenditure. Money. Nope. It does not convert to dollars in this one. So this is just the output in energy units. Yeah, but it shows you roughly how much energy you'll use by month. Great. So that's that. You can save it. You can view it later. It's great. Thank you, BEOpt. You finish? So this is what it shows me. This is what shows me how much my heating changes from setting 71 the whole time, and then this is having a setback. So having just that setback of 6 degrees, it's going to save 10% of my energy. So 6 degrees for this house is going to be 10%. So that's going to be a lot for some houses. This house, the overall in a year, let's see, in a year, oh, this is pretty bad. In a year, it's saying that I'm going to be spending $5,000. No, let's see, is that the, oh no, these are the components. And if I need to look at the different charts, we want to look at, yeah. So with that source energy, we can look at propane per year. And this is in gallons per year. And I think we can do propane expenditure. Nope, you can just do utility bills. It adds them all up. Ah, and it breaks it out by propane. So my propane bill can go from 2000 to, or 1935 to 1784. That's $200 in savings just from setting the thermostat down. I think that for some people that's going to be a big deal. If you're rich, Donald Trump, LeBron James, you're not going to care about saving $200 and being possibly uncomfortable. But if you have a very regular schedule and you're always leaving the house, you know, a thermostat that automatically does this and is easy to override is like a Lux thermostat, not an internet connected one. It's $20 and it's going to save you $200 per year if you just let it do its job of being setting it a little bit down when you're okay. And plus, when you get home, you can just instantly turn up the thermostat to 71 and turn on the heat in case you come home early. Okay, so you have all these different graphs here. You know, CO2 emissions, heating and cooling by the year. Let's see, by the year, right? I think this has other options. You can say, what do we want? X-axis. I don't know. Source energy consumption. And the y-axis is payback simplified. I don't know. I think this is going to make more of a difference. Actually, I know exactly what's happening. This is going to make more of a difference when you're actually thinking about, if I want to build a house, do I want a more expensive furnace or a cheaper furnace? The thing is, we're not really looking at that. We're looking more at just what is the difference in set point. And notice, I guess when I changed that, it gave me different options in here. No, actually no, that was the same options. Anyways, you can export these images, etc. So I think if you can, just get a very quick analysis, show them, oh, I'm just going to model a random house. So you model a random house, make it a box, you show them what their utility bills are, that's great. And then you can say, oh, we can do what if analysis and say, what if we turn the thermostat down? And then we can run that, and then you can go back and say, okay, let's try to find out some of the things about your house, because if we know your house, then we can model it more accurate. I think that's the natural iteration style of doing things. Give the homeowner a little taste of what's going on, and then give them a little more, and then a little more, and ease them into it. I think it's too shocking to most people, and I've gotten hate mail, mild hate mail from people when I try to give them all the information. They say, I cannot digest all this information, this is for grad students, you can't tell me, just tell me what's relevant to me. And you're trying to say it's nuanced. I can't tell you exactly because I haven't lived in your house. I just have some data points and I need to know more. So it's better to just give them things they can use and say 71 versus 65 in Rochester, it would be about a 10% decrease or $200 a year if you did that every day. All right, stop this video and then upload it to YouTube. If you like this, you can email me or just in the comments. Yeah, put something in the comments. Thanks.